Hi there, are you procrastinating? Are you procrastinating there? Yeah, I was procrastinating before I would come here. So I was thinking, what am I talking today? I'm going to talk about procrastination. We all in life we procrastinating somehow. It all depends on our circumstance, our states, psychological states or physiological states, and the pressures, all the things that set us to procrastinate. All right, but you need to deliver the work and you need it. So how to avoid the procrastination when you are really stuck? There's so many ways and so many techniques, and today I'm going to tell you one technique. If you are a person who can be a lawyer, actually I learned these techniques learning by doing writing, learning about writing with lawyers, and the lawyers they would study these two techniques, that is intervalling, and I pronounced it right, and spacing. Well, what do I mean by intervalling? Intervalling is the technique that you just start, and then later, maybe tomorrow, maybe after 1 week, you come back. All right, but make sure that you come back after 1 week. Sometimes, in my case, I would forget. So I also create a system or a flow system for people who want to finish their projects. So to be able to come back, sometimes I like to have a trigger, create a trigger that you put in a file, and visually I can see it in front of me, in front of my table, that I'll come back to this project that I'm doing. So just start it is the technique that the lawyers that they are learning about writing do, one of them. And then just start and then come back. All right, just start your project and come back later. And how about another one that they call spacing? Spacing is the technique that, for example, if you're a student, it's very similar. If you're a student, you have so many tasks in your day and you wanna, and I don't think it's only apply for students. If you are in your high school, or if you are middle school age, or if you are a doing university course, you have a lot of discipline, a lot of tasks to do. What do you do to retrieve better is, for example, pick 3 disciplines, 3 things, and learn the first one, and then stop it at some point, and then go to the second one, learn and stop at some point, and third, learn and come back to the first one, and then you go round and round, and that we call spacing, because every time you come back to one of the 1, 2, 3 things you are learning, different things, you have to remind where you are learning, what you are learning, and then you create a more stronger memory. And it says in the learning, the techniques that people say, the neuroscience of learning in the science says that if you keeping asking back, you retrieve, and then you're creating a strong memory, a strong neuron. If you keeping asking yourself where you will learn, and you're always revising, and that's why one of the ways that if you learn something important, that you need to keep it strong in your mind, not just to memorize for the next day or the next week, but for long-term memory. It's good to keep revising and asking a question. But you know, you don't have just one subject. Sometimes you have a lot of subjects, a lot of things to do, And I think this technique also is good to, if you are working from home, you need to do the laundry, you starting doing a project to number one and then go to clean up a little bit in a corner, and then you come back to your project again. The thing is to start or just keeping in the cycle that you keep doing it until you finish it. That's important. Sometimes it's a long process, you don't need to finish, but you keep going with the process and avoid procrastination. Maybe this technique doesn't work for all types of people, but if you're a type of person who are procrastinate a little bit, maybe give it a try and you feel less guilt. I used to feel guilt about working this process until I learned with the writing for lawyers that they use this technique to learn about the laws, how to apply, and they have to memorize a lot of things. And the lawyers, in the world of lawyers, maybe they are learning this technique to make their life easy. Some of the lawyers, we cannot guess that all of them are using it, all right? For sure. And that was my tip for today. It was Cristina Souls with your WC, or better, find your WC, find your well-being camp, and see you next time. If you like it, just subscribe or come back if you like it. Okay, see you soon. Have a good day. And procrastinating is not being lazy. If you are using spacey and retrieving with spacing and also doing the intervalling, just start